13 cameras, or The Landlord, as it's known in England for some reason, will blow me down. Finally, a horror film I've not seen before that isn't a complete load of festering shit.
This is what I want for the jingle on my podcast. It's going to be called John Bolton's podcast. No, that ain't us at all. There's no you in Bolton, but I guess that doesn't matter if you're singing it. And I'm a writer. See if you can work that in some way. Basically, just make me sound awesome. Cheers.
For expert commentary and second opinion, we turn this time to Guy in a Chair, who had this to say.
I just finished watching 13 Cameras, and it was pretty lame. Thought it was going to be lame, then I briefly thought it was going to be good in the third act, and then it wound up being lame. It's your standard creepy dude, and it's usually a dude, watching people inside of a house with cameras and then menacing them. I suppose the twist, if you could call it that, is that he manages to abduct and capture a woman in the house and then keep her baby. Spoiler alert.
It's a bit bloody late for that, isn't it?
There weren't many surprises here. I was really happy when the main male protagonist, Ryan, ends up getting ball-peened to the head by Gerald, the creepy landlord slash voyeur. He's a real douchebag. Ryan, that is. You actually sort of feel for Gerald.
Do you? You feel for Gerald. Gerald is the landlord, the eponymous landlord in the English version, and just simply the landlord in the American version. He's the man who leases a house to this couple and spends most of the film watching them go to the toilet. There's a camera in the toilet, watching them go to the toilet, watching them shower, watching them hump, and when he's not watching them, he's killing them.
There was an opportunity in the third act where you think that maybe this could be kind of a cool movie because the wife and the mistress get brought together in the house with Ryan, and they're being all terrified by Gerald because he's closing in. There, the filmmakers should have had Ryan die and then had the women defeat Gerald, thus giving a nice feminist upset to the traditional women are, the victim slash need saving by a dude type situation that is prevalent in the horror genre. But they didn't do that.
Indeed, they didn't. Instead, what happens is you have a man and a woman living together, not without their problems, and this Gerald guy is spying on them all the time. And then you have the man with a mistress who sets him up as being a bad character and therefore deserving of some sort of comeuppance. And then at the end of the film, you have Gerald kill the mistress, kill the man, and just when you think that the woman who lives in the house, who's the sort of the target, I guess, for this Gerald character, just when you think she's going to best him and defend herself and defeat him, she doesn't. And instead what happens is he keeps her prisoner, judging by the age of the child at the end of the film and the fact that she's at early stages of pregnancy at the early part of the film. She's kept prisoner for quite a long time, probably at least a year and a half, during which time she goes through labour. That's a much more effective ending. I didn't expect it. I expected either the man... There's a brilliant scene where Gerald kind of clubs the man with a hammer, and it was a shot where you sort of see him lying there. And then you expect him to kind of get back up and defend the women and defeat the stalker guy, and it's all... No! Instead, we have another scene where Gerald just walks back into land and just pummels him with this hammer. It's very upsetting. But brilliant! Totally unexpected. And the ending of what happens, I didn't see coming. And as much as I'm for portraying women as being strong and for having strong female protagonists, that would have ruined this film. The most obvious formulaic ending this film could have had was the killer being defeated, or them thinking the killer's being defeated and then having a kind of post-credit scene where he gets back up. Halloween, I'm looking at you. I love you, but I'm looking at you.
Yeah, I would put it down towards the bottom of a list. Watch other things first. Get to it later.
Wise words. I liked it. I thought it was good. I thought the character of the landlord was actually really well conceived and really well portrayed. I was interested by this dynamic between the couple that live there and this mistress, and how she sort of goes missing. That was just really, really well done. The stuff where the Gerald guy comes to the house at the end to kill them, I thought the setup of that was good. I thought the reason why it happens was interesting. I liked the fact that I didn't expect the ending that I got. I really liked the fact that he went back in and just bludgeoned the guy that lives in the house, because I sort of accepted that this wasn't a film that I'd heard of, and generally speaking, if it's a film you've not heard of, it's not going to be very good, because the marketing machine of Hollywood would have signposted me to this film if it was worth seeing, because it would have pumped money into it and would therefore want to recoup some of that. So I didn't expect very much. I'd never heard of it. I expected it to be rubbish. I expected the end of the film, don't call it a third act, you're not Barry Norman. The end of the film, I expected to be your formulaic, the bad guy gets beaten and the couple sort of come back together because of the strength they find in those final moments of the film, or the mistress gets killed, which sort of, to all intents and purposes solves the problem of his affair, doesn't it? But that didn't happen. The mistress got killed, the dude got killed, and the pregnant woman, just gets kept in a room for who knows how long, presumably fed burgers based on what happens during the course of the film. It was good. I was pleasantly surprised. Yeah, really pleasantly surprised.
Come back soon for the next episode of John Bolton's podcast. What horror movie will he be reviewing? Who knows? Who cares?
Oh yeah, spoiler alert, I kind of gave the ending away earlier.